Hello everyone, I welcome to you all in my YouTube channel. So today we will be discussing what is the interview process for a medical writer. What are the three different rounds of interview and how you can prepare yourself for any medical writing interview. Basically, you can anticipate the questions so that when you are going for an actual interview, you feel very well prepared. So let's begin. I was working happily in clinical operations and very much intrigued to switch the field. Basically, I wanted to make a switch from clinical operations to medical writing. On the same time, I don't want to start as a fresher because I already having a working experience in clinical operations. So how I started. Now I wanted to be a medical writer. The key question in front of me was, which was one of the challenge, what will be the interview process? Because I was working in operation. What will be the interview process in a medical writing? That was the key question in my mind. Second, how I can crack an interview, how I can prepare myself for a medical writing interview so that I can successfully pass that interview. So, with these two fundamental questions in my mind, I started my journey. How? It's the same way that as usually we all start. I started applying to different medical writing jobs since I was already having experience. So, I targeted mid level positions like of experience 3 to 5 years. So what I have done differently so that my CV gets selected, because the prime question is in front of us is that your CV should get selected. So I highlighted all my writing experience, maybe direct or indirect. Example, I worked on drafting few standard operating procedure when I was working in operations. So I highlighted that as a writing experience. Additionally, during my master's, I worked on a thesis. So I highlighted that as my writing experience. I also wrote few articles for my college magazine. I highlighted that as a writing experience. And additionally, for a literature research, I was helping my investigators with lot of search and all that. I highlighted that as also writing experience. So additionally, I matched the few keywords of my CV with the job description. So if job description is saying, say, safety narrative, I highlighted the same word in my CV. If job description is saying something about a protocol, I highlighted that. If job description is saying E6 guideline, E3 guideline, I try to incorporate the same keywords in my CV. So with this little homework and change in my CV got selected. It was a good news, and it got selected at couple of places. So now next thing I started working on how I will be preparing myself for actual interview. What will be the interview process? I was not aware of it because in each department, each function, interview process vary. So I approached few medical writers over LinkedIn and I approached with very specific question. I didn't ask, please tell me about medical writing. No, I asked them that my CV has been selected to for few medical writing position, but can you please guide me what will be the interview process? So after contacting many people, I came to know that there are mainly three steps. Step 1 will be first round of interview. It can happen either telephonically, maybe 20 to 30 minute interview, basic. Second step will be written test. Third will be final round of interview. So now I was having a clear idea that there are going to be 3 rounds of interview. The very first introductory round, or you can say telephonic round. These days it has been replaced by Zoom calls. and followed by written test, and third is detailed interview or final round. Now let's prepare for each. How to prepare yourself for each round of interview. First is telephonic round, and I came to know here they will be checking my basics, my basic knowledge in a clinical research, what is the clinical trial process, what is the key guidelines followed in clinical trial like ICH, what is GCP, what is the role of medical writer, and one or two question maybe from a job description. Like if my job is related to protocol writing, maybe questions related to that. If my job is as a medical writer is related to safety narrative writer, few questions from that. But mainly basic is focused. What is my qualification? What are my goals? What I am doing in my previous roles? All that. Now written test, I came to know it is divided into two sections. One is basic English, the just a comprehension, the way we are doing in our 10th and 12th, or few fundamental questions related to again medical writing. And I can prepare, I can make a separate video on a written test of a medical writing if you want. If you are interested, leave a comment in a comment section that please make a video on a written test of a medical writing, how to crack it, how to prepare it, because that in itself is a big topic. Now this is what I came to know, that basic English and few field related question will be asked during written test. I prepared myself for this almost for 3 days. I worked on these English grammar also. I try to anticipate what are the different field questions they can ask, like what is the probability, how to predict it, what is CSR, what are different guidelines followed for to write the CSR, like that. Now coming to, there was a third round, that is final round. It is face to face, and these days again it can happen by a Zoom call, and it can be up to 1 hour because it's a detailed round. So now key question in front of you is how you can prepare very well for this. 95% of the questions will be coming from your job description for this round. Because why from job description? You may ask that why they are going to ask a job questions related to job description, because they wanted to hire a person for that particular job, so their focus is going to be lot on job description. So key is read your job description again and again and highlight the keyword. What are the keywords? Those are highlighted. Maybe they have highlighted something. Quality control process. That means they are looking someone to review the document. So there in your conversation you can highlight, like in my previous role, I was performing the QC of XYZ document, or if you are a fresher, you can highlight it. I have very, I have a key observations to make. I am very quick and catching errors. I have detail for everything, like that. You can highlight the things and try to identify more keywords. Like if they have written say that understanding of E3 guideline. So if they have written understanding of E3 guideline, so very simple, it is clinical study. Or what other keywords you can try to find in your job description? Maybe there is written knowledge of research design. Easy. That means try at least clear your basic around what is parallel clinical study design, what is crossover clinical study design. Try to work on these basics. And if there is written as knowledge of a regulatory guideline, try to brush your guidelines. What are the key guidelines those you need to know for a medical writing. Like if that is suppose that medical writing is in job of context of Indian guidelines, then you should be knowing new drug rules 2023. If it is in US, then you shall be knowing FDA guidelines, like that. If there is maybe another keyword, knowledge of STAT, that you need not to have a PhD in statistics. At least you should be knowing like what does P mean, what is ANOVA test, what is the meaning of 0.05, significant and non-significant. All those basics, these answers even you can find on a Google. So and not only just in mind you should repeat these words and try to make a record, try to predict the questions and try to write the proper answer in your diary, notebook, anywhere, so that when you will go for an actual interview you are fully prepared. So that's all from my end. Please leave your suggestions and comment in the comment box that how did you find this video. Is it helpful to you? I am very sure this is very helpful, and we can also prepare follow-up to this with the additional knowledge. And you can also refer my book. There is a dedicated chapter on interview process of a medical writing. I have also given a few examples that what will be the written test, what will be the key question those will be asked during interview, how it will go. All that basic stuff is listed in that chapter. So thank you so much. Bye bye.